I really didn't want to speak today because whatever I say, I'm going to get abuse. But I have been so incensed by some of the contributions today. And I would just like to point out in an absolutely non-specific way that the majority of speakers have been male and they have spoken against the amendment. The two women who've spoken, or the two two women have spoken for the motion because they perceive there is a problem. Now, my party's policy is that trans men are men and trans women are women, and I don't have a problem with that. But the fact is, there are occasions when women in women's prisons are experiencing sexual predation by men who have falsely self-ID'd as women. And the Noble Lord Cashman said, we're saying that all trans women are sexual predators. We are absolutely not saying this. Of course we aren't saying that. But in closing, I would like to ask the Noble Lord the Minister if he would just clarify, do trans men go to male prisons? Because my understanding is they do not, because they would not be safe. And what we're talking about here is keeping people safe, vulnerable people of all kinds, whatever trans identity they have, whatever sexual identity they have, keeping people safe. Now, clearly, prisons are the worst possible places to keep people safe. They are a nightmare. And this government is increasing the number of prisons. It's not actually trying to reduce the prison population and make our prisons safer. It's actually adding to the problem. So my question is, do trans men go to male prisons? And have there been cases where men have falsely ID'd, self-ID'd as women and predated sexually on women? My understanding, I've had emails and I've had letters from women who have been abused by men who have falsely self-ID'd as women. And so what can we say to these women? We can't say this is an ideology and we're trying to, you know, look good on our children. What we have to do is be serious about people who are abused, whether they are male or female, whether they're trans men or trans women. And I would not vote for this amendment because it's too hard-line, as far as I'm concerned. I accept the issue of safe accommodation. That seems very sensible. I don't see that's demeaning at all. Prisons are demeaning. Safe accommodation sounds very safe to me. And, of course, we cannot forget that we as, you know, only men here have spoken against this. Why? Why do men think it's okay? I don't understand. You are actually ignoring the fact that some women are predated upon. And sometimes there might be, you know, I don't know, perhaps they're not telling the truth. I have no idea, but I rather suspect that they are. And so, please, can we just think about the vulnerable people and stop being so ultra-sensitive and supposing that we're all getting at everybody? I'm absolutely fed up with this debate, and I hope this is the last speech.